Hey YouTubers and Pokemon fans, welcome back to the Pokemaster Slayer YouTube channel. And today I have a Mega Gyarados Shrimp deck profile for y'all, and it is super fast and I'll show y'all how it works. So get this out of the way and let's get into the deck profile. Alrighty. If you have a Mega Gyarados deck profile, you gotta have Gyarados. We have 3 copies of them. And what Gyarados does has 180 HP, and for 1 color energy, Stormy Seas, flip a coin until you get tails. For each head, search your deck for water energy and attach it to this Pokemon. So the good thing is you could set yourself up, but it's risky at the same time. But if you go first, just use it. Just use it. But also we have other ways to prep Gyarados, and for 2 water and a 2 colorless, Splash Burn does 130 damage. This tech does 10 damage to each of your bench Pokemon. So he's angry at everybody. He's red. So if he's just attacking your opponent and then he just looks at his bench Pokemon and he's like, hey, they can take it. So, ha! But yeah. Has 4 retreat costs. That's so dumb. But it makes sense. And yeah, 3 copies of Gyarados. Now, if we have little shrimp, you gotta have big shrimp. And I have 3 copies of Mega Gyarados. It has 240 HP, and for 4 colorless energies, Blast Geyser does 120. Plus, you may do 20 more damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. If you do, discard the top 2 cards of your deck. So you have the choice of doing the extra damage, and we only run water energies in this deck, so that means that is 140, 160, 180, 200 damage for just discarding the top 2 cards of your deck. And you don't have to, so if you're going against like a weak Pokemon, just do 120. And you can feed him basically anything, but he's a little greedy, so he likes those water energies. And yeah. And he goes from 4 retreat cost to 2, because he's a flying fish now. We run 3 copies. And I run 2 copies of Clauncher from Steam Siege, and I run 2 copies of Clawitzer from Steam Siege with the ability Mega Boost. Once during your turn, you may attach a special energy card from your hand to one of your Mega Evolution Pokemon just for some extra speed. We do run 4 copies of Splash Energies just to speed up the process. And then if you want to, if needed, you could attach 1 water energy and 2 colorless energies. Crab Hammer does 60 damage, and we do have ways to increase that in case you actually have to attack with this thing. It has 2 retreat costs. Then I run 1 copy of Clawitzer Break, because the break is really decent if you know how to use it. With lock for 1 colorless energy, lock on. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. During your next turn, any damage done to that Pokemon by attacks is increased by 120. So every single one of your attacks is increased that has damage is increased by 120. So that means you could just pile up damage. So Mega Gyarados or Gyarados by himself, he could do 150 now, 250. And Mega Gyarados could do 240. So yeah, Clawitzer Break is good, and plus it makes it to where you could get knockouts with this thing. 180 damage for 3 energies. I'm pretty sure that's really good. But yeah, buys you time as well, because with that lock on, you lock your opponent in the active. So if they have like a Tapu Lele in the active, you keep it there. And yeah, run 1 copy of Poké EX. You can run a GX as well, because the GX works wonderful in this deck. So EX, GX doesn't matter. You choose. I'd rather have the GX, but I used it because it was my friend's, but I can't have it because it's not mine. But GX works really well. But the Poké EX has 180 HP, 2 retreat cost. That's really nice. For 2 water energies, Aqua Turbo does 40 damage to search your deck up to 2 water energies and attach them to your bench Pokemon. So that means you could power up your Gyaradoses and whatever else is on the bench. And yeah, Gyarados, and yeah, that's it. And then for 4 water energies, Pearl Hurricane does 120 damage. This tech does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And that is really good, because if you get the sniping damage out, it makes it a lot easier for you to knock them out. And also, Clawitzer Break works with Palkia, so that means if you Clawitzer, if you use Lock On, and then use Pearl Hurricane. That's 240 damage, knocking it out, and then putting that 30 on the next Pokemon that's coming out, or you think that's coming out. But yeah, sets up those knockouts. And then I run a 1/1 line of Sushi Master. Oh yeah, so you know, if you, for new players out there, this is from Breakthrough with Mega Mewtwo's when they came out, and this one's also from Breakthrough, where you could draw Sushi's Master, gives you the extra sushi you don't have in your hands at the moment, and it's really good because you could draw, once in your turn you may draw a card so you have 5 in your hand. And this also increases the speed of your deck because this deck flies by like, it goes Super Saiyan. This deck goes Super Saiyan. Imagine Gyarados with the Super Saiyan hair. Mega Super Saiyan 3, yeah. But yeah, Sushi 1/1 line of Sushi Master. Has 2 retreat costs. On to supporters. Now supporters, very simple. Nothing crazy. Run 3 copies of Professor Sycamore. Discard your hand, draw 7. We'll always want to be throwing away those energies. Really sweet. Cynthia, shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 6. You gotta at least have a little bit of shuffling, you know. Or you can run 2 copies of it. Don't give me hate. 2 copies of Guzma. Like I say, I'm getting me some Guzma, so don't give me hate. Lysander is good, but Guzma's better, depending on what your deck you have. But since it's a standard deck, I run 2 copies of Guzma. Yeah. And I run 1 copy of Brock's Grid because you just gotta have it in there just in case something happens. And it's a supporter, and we could get back our supporters. And shuffle 6 of any combination of Pokemon and basic energy cards back into your discard pile, from discard pile into your deck. So this gets back those Mega Gyarados' energies and so on and so forth. Yeah, 1 copy. Now on to items. Item list is full of goods. Run 3 copies of Gyarados Spirit Link so that we can Mega Evolve our following next turn if needed. Run 4 copies of Max Elixir so we can prepare our bench Pokemon basic. Run 4 copies of Ultra Ball, search your deck for those Pokemon you need. We run 3 copies of Floatstone because we do need Retreat. It would have been a lot. Okay, if you have Manaphy EX, stick Manaphy in here. EX in here, you can swap it out with one of the Floatstones, but still keep the Floatstones in here just in case. Run 3 copies of Mega Turbo so it could reattach those water energies to Mega Gyarados if needed to increase damage. Run 3 copies of Aqua Patch. I don't have lots of Aqua Patches, but oh gosh, what's in my card? Okay, get that off. But yeah, 3 copies of Aqua Patch. Aqua Patch, attach a water energy card for your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So it could be special or not. It could be splash, but that's a good thing about this. Aqua Patch makes it to where you could get back your Pokemon. And I'll show you how. And then run 2 copies of Palpat to where we can shuffle back our supporters back into our deck. We can only do that 4 times, so we can place a certain supporter 4 different times over. And then I run 1 copy of Field Blower because Garb, Buzzwole is still out there. It's so important. And plus Field Blower is just there just to get rid of tools and stuff. To get rid of stadiums, tools, whatever. Yeah. Now, on to water count. This is what I was talking about with the Aqua Patches. Aqua Patches can get back special energies. What the Splash Energy does, this card can only be attached to water Pokemon. And if the water Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out by damage from your opponent, put that Pokemon into your hand and discard all cards attached to it, including this energy. But you can play this energies up to 7 times. 7 times! That is so good. Making it to where your opponent's like having to constantly knock out the same Pokemon, but they can't get rid of it because it keeps coming back. So this is always attach one to Sushi Master. You want to keep your Sushi Master in the game at all times. So if your opponent Lysander's it out, you have one of these attached and they can't do anything about it unless they have an enhanced hammer or Team Skull or no. Team Flare Grunt. Or that Team Skull lady. I forgot her name. Where you discard 2 cards from your hand and then you discard any energy you want. Then we run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 basic energies. And yes, there are 15 energies in this deck. And thank you guys for tuning in. Tell me what you think of the deck down below. And how would you use it. And yeah. comment, like, subscribe, whatever, your choice. And this is the Pokemon Master Slayer signing off. Bye bye. Boom, 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 boom. Oh.